Welcome to the Catch-Up Roundtable. I'm your host, Jha.
And I'm Marvin.
And we're here in Houston, Texas at Rosalie in Maine with our very limited live audience. Here, we talk about today's hottest topics, current events, entertainment, lifestyle, all the things relevant to our lives. So, Marvin, we got some very special guests on the show today.
I'm looking forward to it.
We got some great performers on the show today. We're going to kick y'all off with some entertainment. You got your boy?
I was going to say, before you do, my birthday just passed, right?
Okay.
So, I wanted to make it a little special, so I got my boy coming in, for my birthday to, serenade a little bit, do his thing. So
we're going to welcome to the Catch-Up Roundtable, performing Code for the very first time. Y'all welcome to the show, GQPhocus!
What's up with you, Roundtable? It's your boy GQPhocus, man. I'm here on behalf of Good Quality Entertainment. Shout out my boy CEO, Super Dish. Hey, baby, man, with the plan for bringing me out here. I'm gonna start y'all off with a little story time, man. Y'all cool with that? Yeah. Alright, cool with it. Okay. I'm pretty sure we all have a little sneaky linking out there. You know what I'm saying? Y'all be sneaky linking. It's that GQ shit. So I'm cruising around the city on the late night. It's a little hard to stay up in my lane. I'm shining in my mind and set his action. Now I'm going 80 and 60 in the rain. She bad, she know my taste good. She bad, I bet she tastes good. She bougie, but she still stay in the trees. I'm tripping everywhere I go, my face good. I just popped another pill for the bell. She just sent the boy a mood on his career. She in some lingerie, I'm about to show her what it is. So I put up to a crib, ready to stick this thing on real. I got a voice up in my ear, like a little motherfucker. Cause I know she got a ring, but I know this game ain't good. Shaking my head as I'm walking up the stairs. I hit the door, she opens up, she's in the room, I come inside and she let it hit the floor. I blow her back, I walk her hand, blow up her phone. This game so fucking cold, this shit so cold, I swear this game so fucking cold, this shit get cold, now we can call it vibe, we can hide. I'm laying between her thighs, she tell me why. She make my movie how she want it, well I'm God. She say the love, they say the now, she starts to cry. I said, there ain't no need for tears, I understand you. It's like you wanna leave, but love is what you can't do. Girl, I know that shit's a handful. She said, I swear I'm not a hoe. I just be so fucking cold. I swear this game's so fucking cold. This shit get cold. I swear this game's so fucking cold. You know this game is fucking cold. I'm GQPhocus, man.
That was a great performance by GQPhocus.
Oh.
Cold.
Yeah, for sure. That's my boy, though.
Yeah, but while we talking about local talent, man, this week I heard we lost Mo3, and I went to UNT, so I had some Dallas ties, and I remember him coming up before he even reached, mainstream music.
And then your name being Shy, and I'm from the Shy. We lost King Von, so it's been a tough week, and it's been a tough year, being that it's 2020. It's a lot going on right now. So yeah, let's just go ahead and have a moment of silence, for all that we've lost in 2020, for all the people that lost someone special, and for the recent, entertainment people that we lost. So if y'all could, let's just bow our heads for a good 5 seconds and remembrance of those people.
So we're gonna lighten the mood a little bit for the show. We got some very great performers on the show the last couple episodes. We've had some great special guests the last couple episodes.
For sure.
And I think, as we continue to grow, what we do continues to expand and what the show does continues to expand. So I'm very excited about who we have on the show today. We got some great topics that I really want y'all to stay tuned for. We talking about whether you think whooping kids is appropriate still in 2020. We talking about
Strippers.
We talking about if you would date a stripper. If you would date a male or a female stripper right now. But coming up next, we have a very special guest that I'm gonna bring to the Catch Up Roundtable. She is a digital community manager. She makes all of the social connections happen. I want y'all to welcome Jha Allen to the Catch Up Roundtable. What's up?
Oh, she coming from upstairs. She coming from upstairs with it.
She running all the way down.
She said she wanted to get the super special intro. Yeah, I feel it.
What's up?
How you feeling that?
I'm feeling good.
You feeling like you look, or you looking like you feel?
Both, man. Both.
So we here in Houston, Texas with our very limited live audience because we know Houston got a couple issues right now.
Everybody got the issues, right?
We running it up on the COVID thing, right? We running it up. So we kept it light today, but I definitely wanted to, I found this wonderful woman here that is just powerful in what she does in marketing and advertising, and I know that you're also in branding. I'm in marketing, so it seems that we all have this similar connection, and it's dope to have these conversations with people who do what you do and understand and can speak the language, you know what I mean? And although we all are in different lanes and in our own type of industries, but it's very nice to have you on the show.
For sure. I'm excited to be here, so let's get to it.
So, like, why don't you tell the people a little bit about yourself for the people that don't know you? Like, where you from, what you do, how you get into it, you know, give us a little bit.
Okay, cool. Oh, my name is Jha Brielle. I go by Jha Allen. You can find me on any social platform, Jha Allen. The main one is Instagram, JHA.ALLEN. Okay. Digital community management, so I build your on and offline community. I do that through 3 pillars: brand identity, social media, and in-person and virtual events. I feel like these are the main 3 things you need to build a strong brand. But I also have a social organization called Connections HCX, where we build, where we host different experiences for entrepreneurs and business professionals. So we do things.
You say host different experiences. What does that consist of?
So experience, I feel like Houston, well, I'm big on business. I'm really into business, but I'm also, I feel like a very urban professional. And I feel like Houston doesn't have a great mix of the two. You either go to an event and it's really, really urban, or it's really, really business. You never have a mix of the two. So we call what we're doing experiences, because we want you to come out and experience what we have and have a great time, but we also want you to learn something and walk away with something that'll expand your business in some type of way, form, or fashion. So I look at it as bigger than a networking event. It's bigger than just going out and hanging with friends. It's a whole experience. It's a vibe. You gotta come check us out and see what we do.
That's dope. Okay. All right.
So, that's very dope.
Yeah, we want those experiences. We want those. Yeah.
So I know, Marvin, you like to do something that like loosens up our hosts. You like to do your little minute with Marvin. Last time we did this, it was like 5 minutes. I told him last show, I was like, that was way too long.
No more black
We
minutes.
Cut it to a minute. So he's gonna ask you some very rapid fire questions, and you just spit off the first thing that's on your mind. You don't have to even think about it. If he says sun, you can say yellow.
Okay, cool.
Okay, so real quick with my questions, you know, it's just more so the people can get to know you, you know your likes, your dislikes, and stuff like that. So just tell me the first thing that come to your head, or answer the questions accordingly. Okay, cool. All right. So what is your favorite candy bar?
Snickers.
What is your favorite clothing brand?
I don't have one.
Okay. Who is one person that you admire and why?
I admire Jay-Z. I admire Jay-Z because of his work ethic and the way he can make big, really, really big moves in silence. He doesn't need a lot of noise behind him. He can just go out and go handle it and do it. So I really like that.
Who is your celebrity crush?
Megan Thee Stallion.
Really?
That's a lot of people.
If you had one wish, what would it be?
Make $1 million.
Make $1 million. Okay. And if you wanted people to remember you as far as your legacy, how would you want them to remember you?
As a leader, a game changer, really cool, down-to-earth person that never judged, understood everybody, served empathy, and just was a great person overall.
Okay. Wow. And then last question, today, as far as your takeaway, what is something that you want people to walk away with today?
Be yourself. Know it's okay to be yourself, and you don't gotta be nobody else, and just be you and run it.
Okay, I like that. Yeah, I like that. I like that. Okay.
I like that.
She was good on the rapid fire.
Yeah, that was good on the rapid
She was
fire.
rapping on the rapid fire.
I still don't think it was a minute though with Marvin.
Was it too long or too short?
I think it was like 2.5 minutes with Marvin.
I thought that was. I thought that was.
It's okay though. You got it down from 5
I'm
minutes.
black. I'm black.
Yeah,
I'm
it's
black.
all good.
I'm black.
It's all good. So the first thing that I wanted to really talk about is us as marketing professionals and content creators and people who are putting messages out there and helping brand people and things like that. What is our role in diversity and inclusion in general marketing? So, you know, say you get a client that has a product and it's not just for Black people or it's not just for white people, it's for everybody.
Right.
But how do we make sure that we have representation across all the brands?
Ja, we're gonna let you start.
I think that goes with everything that you do because everybody's different. So it goes down from the pictures you're using, the way that you're talking, even down to the social media platforms that you might be using on a consistent basis. So I think it really just depends on the particular product, but it's a big thing. I was talking to somebody recently, actually it's a lady, she works for Visa. And believe it or not, Visa's really big on diversity and inclusion. And we were talking about just the different brands that really do a good job at this, and I mentioned Chase. I really like Chase and the way Chase does it.
They're using Kevin Hart, right?
Yes, exactly. Yeah. They're using Kevin Hart, they're using Serena, and if you really look at their branding, Chase is really good at putting really Black leadership into places, into positions, and make you really think and look at it like, wow, I can be that. But of course, maybe only marketing professional people look at it like that, kind of like you were like, oh, they're using Kevin Hart, but I think it's a really good representation. Another good one is Pampers. If you ever noticed, Pampers has never really been about like, oh, it's a white kid, or oh, it's a Black kid. It's always been a very diverse brand, just a really cute Gerber baby. A Gerber baby is not a white baby or a Black baby, it's just a Gerber baby. It's a really cute baby. So I think Pampers and kind of baby brands would really have done a really good job with that, and also Chase. So it's funny you asked me that. I was just talking to somebody about this recently.
You know when somebody good with speeches, when they, you know, they don't have to rehearse it, they don't say 1,000 times. Like she do a lot of public speaking. I can tell you do a lot of public speaking. I see it.
That's the job of a marketer though.
It is. It is.
Okay, so with your music artists, how do you expand their reach beyond who you think their audience is? How do you try to position them to somebody who you think they may not attract, but they could?
That goes with image. Like a lot of this is with image. I tell most of the clients that this is the music business. So you have to understand like how to get into those markets, who they're marketable to. Understand, you know, the type of music that they make, how to get it into the different markets, because you may be an underground, you know, type of artist where your market is more, you know, of course not mainstream, and you have a backpack type of market.
Right.
Then you may be more of a mainstream artist where you can appeal to a wider, broader audience. So it depends on like the people that you're trying to market to and how that particular artist, you know, appeals to different people. So, you know, you just got to know how to push them and they figure it out in the midst of doing so.
Right. I think I'm gonna answer this for myself because, real quick, I think music is the universal language. And sometimes when you speak music to people, you reach people in different kind of ways. So it could even be the tune that you put in the back of your ads. If it's a social media ad, if it's a video, you know, even if you put a hip hop beat behind it, it doesn't mean it's gonna not attract people who don't like hip hop or people who like country. There's just a certain type of tone that music kind of brings people together.
This is true.
So we're gonna take a break real quick. We're gonna transition over into how you deal with family members who ask for money but don't ask for help to get their own money. How many times are you gonna let somebody ask you just for money without asking you for a job?
Right.
Let's talk about it. We'll be right back. Let's catch up. Marvin, how you feel? Family asking for money, not asking for help to get their own money. How many times you let that happen?
To be honest with you, people don't ask me for money.
Really?
Yeah, people don't ask me for money. When you don't act like you got money, they don't think you got. When you don't act like you got money.
But if you had family that was like, Marvin, I see you buying bottles.
They don't see me buying bottles. I'm broke. I'm broke. Anybody ask me, I'm broke. You don't see me. Like the people that they ask for money is the people that flash, you know what I'm saying, and they think got money. They don't.
So you hiding from your family.
So why you think I got money?
They about to see this episode and they gonna start asking for money. So then what you gonna do?
I'm on the come up right now. Things are hard. Like I'm still on the ground right now. I'm hustling. I'm getting it out the mud right now. So I don't have it right now, but you know, soon we gonna be there. But you know, we all gonna keep going. But yeah, don't ask me. Yeah.
Jha, how you feel?
My family, I'm like Marvin, to be honest, they don't ask, a lot of people ask me for money, because I guess they already know I'm probably gonna say no. I'm gonna say no, oh, nah, I ain't lie. One of my sisters asked me for money. I got 5 sisters, so if they see this, they gonna be tripping. But I got 4 sisters, they ain't gonna be tripping, but one of them do ask me for money. But I usually give it to her, but you know, I talk mess to my mama on the phone, like, bro, she need to find a job. But other than that, I look out once or twice. But after that, you know, after they don't pay you back, they usually don't call you again. Like most people that, you know, after you give them one time and they don't pay you back, you usually good.
Yeah. But I mean, you don't let people borrow money that you're not planning on just losing.
So your mama has 6 kids?
Mom has 8 kids.
8 kids. Where you fall on that level of
I'm
8?
the third oldest. I'm the oldest girl. So I'm the third oldest. I got 2 older brothers, 4 youngest sisters, and 1 younger brother.
I know that was crazy growing up in that household.
Yeah, it was crazy, but you know, life. you adapt.
8 of them.
I mean, we would always want our families to do better and have better, but I think the amount of time somebody asking for money, it definitely has to be limited, because at some point you just like, you need more money in general. You don't need to borrow $100. Now you just need to make $100 more a month, because you're asking for $100 every month. You know what I mean?
I think it's like what Marvin said though, it's a lot. Yeah, if you always flashing money or you telling people you got money, then yeah, they're gonna ask you for money. But if you don't never talk about money or you never bring up money, they might think you have money, but it never comes up. So it's like, yeah.
It's not a conversation.
Yeah, it's not a conversation. Yeah,
I'm
so
not gonna start now.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You're welcome. Yeah, that's what's up. So while we talking about money, and you want your family to have money and get their own money.
Right.
What if you have somebody who's a stripper? They getting their own money. And you go to the strip club. T-Pain had this song come out back in the 2000s.
With a stripper.
I'm in love with a stripper. I know I have been to the strip club a couple times and actually sat and had conversations.
That song made me fall in love with strippers in general, just that song alone.
But would you really date a stripper?
If that song was playing. The
Okay,
song
so
gotta
when
play.
the song goes on?
Then no.
Really?
Only when the song's playing. Like, I'm in love with a stripper when that song playing, but once the song stops, the love stops.
Why?
Nah, like,
It's a job. It's an occupation.
I'm gonna be honest with you.
It's
Like,
an occupation. A lot
but
of
it's a preference though, you know what I'm saying? Like, you gotta, like, just think if you go into the strip club and you see a girl looking fine and everybody else see her, but they touching on her, they rubbing on her titties out, her breast out. You know what I'm saying? They touching all on it. You know what I'm saying? You don't want everybody rubbing all on your situation.
That's why you don't go.
Yeah, so you there to see somebody.
But I mean, usually when you go,
Like
you
they-
going. I'm just saying, usually when I go, me personally, I'm going with like a group of people for, you know, a particular event or something like that.
It's a
Don't go
birthday
to your
party.
girl club.
Exactly. would you date a stripper?
I think it would depend. Why is she stripping? I like to know people, because you know what I'm saying, everybody got their own story or whatever, and I met some pretty cool chicks that's been strippers, and I mean, when you get, like, when you know them and you like really figure out what they got going on, they hustlers.
They hustling.
So I'm really about people that's trying to hustle. So if you hustling and I actually talk to you and I can see that, A, you might be stripping, but it's like an end game, or it's actually a reason, then yeah. But if I talk to you and it's obvious, oh, I'm just, you know, like, you can tell somebody that's doing clout hype type stuff, but you can also tell when you talk to somebody and they like, no, I do this because I make this. And if you know how you look, I'd rather you do that than you be posting on the gram and shit, you ain't making neither one of us
Jha done
no
dated a
bread.
stripper. Jha done dated a stripper.
I never dated a stripper, but I've talked to different people. No. I talk to
know
people
that.
that's on their grind, they making their bread. I don't judge how you make your money if it's like the right way, you know what I'm saying? Like if it's like, shit, that's on you.
Jha Payne.
Nah.
Jha Payne.
I took a number one time, but I mean, the hours were weird. I was at work and you was just now getting off of work, and it's just like, communication just don't line up. Say you dating somebody, they not a stripper. They have less time, but a lot of money.
Right.
Or they have a lot of money, but not a lot of time. What you taking? Time or money?
If they got less time, a lot of money, that's fine. Because I don't have a lot of time either.
Okay. That's a good comparison. That's a good comparison.
So that's cool. Like, I feel like I have that issue right now with dating people. Like, I'm single. By the way, this is going to a lot of people.
She put that out there. She's single.
But I'm
single,
saying like, I'm single. But I say that I have that problem now because people, I mean, I don't need your time. You know what I'm saying? The time we have would be valuable. But if you making money or you making moves, then that's cool. So I'd rather, that's a selfish thing. But because my life, I'd rather, if you got bread, then that's cool.
What about you? What the time? I want to know what you think. Yeah, well, come on, man, talk to me.
I mean, I think I need a healthy balance of both. Like, I'm a little bit needy as a partner, relationship person because
I don't depict you as a needy person.
I'm a little needy because I also don't have a lot of time, but the time that I do have, even the time that I don't have, I want that person involved in that time.
So you don't have a lot of time, but the time that you do have, you need what you need.
Yeah, but like even if I'm working or whatever, I still want your time, but I can't give you mine. You know, it's a little.
That's selfish.
It is a little selfish. It is a little selfish, but I mean at the same time, I also want to bring money to the table, and I want you to bring money to the table. So if that means that we got to sit together and not really have time to spend, but we just both working, making money.
Quality time.
That's quality time.
Quality time.
Because I've been told that time spent not paying attention to each other is not quality time. But for me, if you in my presence, and even though I'm on my laptop, that's quality time for me.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Nah, it's just the opposite for me. That's a whole nother day for a whole nother subject.
That's the opposite for me.
Nah. If we sitting down and you tuning into the TV and I'm playing the video game, like we just.
That's quality time.
No, we doing two totally separate things. Quality time is doing something together. You're spending that time together doing something like that. Yeah.
She's trying to get brownie points from the chick.
Yeah.
She's trying to get brownie points coming in.
We have to be together, focused on one common subject.
Okay.
Together.
Okay, how about
Quality
this? How about
time.
this? Like, you spend a lot of time together doing quality time things.
That don't make sense.
But I think it also counts if you're not paying attention to each other.
That makes no sense. That makes absolutely no
the
sense.
presence of a person is not enough for you.
No.
Just sitting there, being there. You need to take
There's people behind us. This ain't quality right now. Yes, that's quality. I want it. You, yeah, no, I want that. You gonna pay attention to me? I'm gonna pay attention.
So you need more. You would rather have more time than money, then, right?
No. I'm with you. I need a healthy balance of both. I ain't gonna be the only one bringing in, a little organic bacon, the plant-based bacon. I'm not gonna be the only one bringing that in. We're gonna have to both. We got to both bring that in.
So you talking about some planned time? You talking about like
like
you talking about scheduling.
Let's take a vacation. You know what I'm saying? Let's go on a trip.
That
like
could be
let's get
so
a weekend.
limited though. That could be so limited. Like
But
when you in
you
your
gonna still
grind,
do it though. You gonna still do it like just organically, like just hey, what you doing today? Hey, let's go grab something to eat real quick. You gonna still do it like that? Yeah, you gonna still do it. But then you gonna still plan those. Hey, you want to plan to go to whatever for the weekend for Christmas break?
I'm good if I'm like, hey, you got work to do, I got work to do. All right, come over, let's do that work together. And that's quality time to me.
Nah.
Yeah.
Look, the clap's coming in. The clap's coming in. No.
It's one person walking across the room clapping, and you hear that one person clapping throughout the room. That's it.
All right, real quick, we're gonna take a break and we'll be right back with the Catch Up Roundtable.
And we are back here at the Catch Up Roundtable. We have Jha Allen, we have Shy, myself, Marvin. I want to know, guys, ladies, how do you feel about whooping your kids? Is that something that we do nowadays? How do you feel about that? Do you feel like we should, we shouldn't? Like, how do you feel?
I'll go first.
How you feel?
I'm a little skeptical about whooping kids.
Why?
I barely got whoopings when I was younger because I would cry first. And after you feel the guilt, I guess after my parents saw me crying, it was like, okay, she already feels the punishment, so I don't need to whoop her.
So I have one question for you.
What?
Were you in the 80s? You don't have to give us the exact day or date.
I was 90 at the very tail.
That's the
of
problem.
90s.
But go ahead, continue. That's the problem.
So yeah, but I saw my sister get whooped, and she would just be like this the whole time. She would irritate my parents because she would not react to the whooping. But me, I would see the hand raised, and I would start like death crying, and they would just be like, I can't whoop her if she crying like this. Like, that's abuse. So for me, I just feel like if I can articulate, if the child is old enough for me to articulate what you did and then give them a different type of punishment, I think I'm down for push-ups, burpees. You know, like something that
you getting too up and active. We not.
I know, but I'm saying, like, what's the point in like inflicting pain and then they grow up thinking like, oh, if somebody does me wrong, I need to inflict pain on them. It's a little bit of a
That's what you need to do. That's the whole point. Inflict the pain.
I disagree. But if your kid starts crying terrifyingly before you even hit them, you still gonna hit them?
Mistakes are painful.
So do you think kids do that on purpose though? Did you do that on purpose?
I didn't do it on purpose. I was terrified.
Oh.
I was already anticipating the pain, so it was like it already hurt. You know,
we done with
like
our job.
I learned from it already. Like, don't do this to me. I get it. I did it.
Jha, how you feeling?
I think, to be honest, I kind of feel like she feels like low key, except for like the push-ups and all that. I feel like, but I don't have kids, so I can't really say. But I can't really say a concrete thing. But I think I'd be more chill. Like, I don't know. I live in a fairy tale world. I think my kid wouldn't do like crazy stuff where it'd be like, bro, don't do that. Like, I think I would hope we have a good relationship where it could be like, yo, don't do that, bro. And it can be, that's it, hopefully. But if not, then yeah, I'm sorry. It gotta be like, yo, chill, man. You gotta chill, like, type of thing.
I mean, did you understand that at that young age?
Yeah, I didn't get a lot of whoopings though either as a kid. I was like a good kid, so I didn't get a lot of whoopings, so it was like, whatever.
Well, I got a lot of whoopings. I got a lot of them. So,
You got a lot of whoopings?
Yeah, I got beat.
So does that make you want to lay a beating on other people when they do you wrong? Do you want
I
to
don't
just
know if
like
that in particular.
you don't want to whoop them on the butt, but maybe you want to punch them in the face? Do you feel like it causes you to be more aggressive?
I don't think that in particular caused me to want to be more aggressive. I think just growing up the way I grew up caused me to want to be more aggressive. But being whooped, I think that gave me a sense of like right and wrong, good and bad. You know what I'm saying? Cause and effect. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think those type of things give you that. Like, if you don't get whooped, it's no cause and effect at that point. Like,
Not even if you took so say you love this thing, your phone, and you did something wrong, and I'm just like, you know what, I'm not even gonna whoop you.
Shout out my
You just
iPhone
can't have
12.
this. You just can't have this.
No.
Really?
No,
You don't think that's enough?
That's not enough. That's not enough. Like, you could take something away from people and they'll find something else to latch on to.
What if you continue to take things away that you find them?
They'll continue to latch on to other things. Like right now, if you couldn't eat something, you'll find something else to eat. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
If you can't play with a tablet, you'll find a phone. If you can't play with a phone, you'll find a computer. If you can't play with a computer, it's always something else you'll find. So, no, you have to, beat their butt. That's just what it is.
I mean, I understand, and I know that I'm okay knowing that I did have a couple of whoopings that went through, even if I was crying. But I just think that there's so many other ways to discipline children to teach them, what they did was wrong.
Like sit-ups.
You gotta find that.
Like push-ups, sit-up, like physical, like turmoil. Just
find that healthy mix.
You have to do a wall sit for 30 minutes. That is worse than a whooping.
Find a healthy mix. Beat them.
Because their legs will literally crack and noodle, and they'll be done. They'll
Healthy
cry.
mix.
They'll cry off of a wall sit.
What about that whole disappointment? You know how some kids, it'd be like, they just feel disappointed, like, dang, man, I shouldn't have did that. And they just sit there, and be like, damn. Like, you ever see them in relationships with a parent where you don't even really got to say much. They
look at them wrong.
Yeah, they just like, damn, I shouldn't have did that.
That's the type of parent I want to be. I want to know when I give my kid that look,
just like,
like it is wrath upon you.
You're going to have to do 100 push-ups.
You don't even know what's coming. You just know there is extreme disappointment here, and I need to get myself together. That's the type of parenting I want to have. It's a stare. Like my mom, She had these hazel eyes, but I will never forget, they would turn red on the white part. And it
Red
would be
on the white
hazel on the
part.
pupil, and it would be red, and it would just be like, when we get home, we would be in Joann's fabric store. And I would just be like, I don't want to be in here, whipping through fabric. And if I got them red eyes with the hazel center, I knew it was over.
So, Shay, I got a question. I want to know how you feel about same-sex relationships. Like, a lot of people, you know, nowadays, they shy away from, you know, same-sex relationships. So you being a female, it seems like it's more acceptable for a female to be in a same-sex relationship and not a male. So I want to know what you think about same-sex relationships.
That sounds more like a question for you, because for me,
Nah, it ain't no question.
That's
why I'm asking you. It ain't no question to me.
The acceptability,
Nah.
yes. I have seen and witnessed.
Are you looking at me right now?
I have seen and witnessed
Are you looking at me right now?
I understand.
It's a question for you.
But I'm saying that the acceptability of it definitely is one-sided. It feels one-sided in today's society.
It is.
It's cute for girls to kiss and dance on each other. Guys look at it and it's like, ugh.
That's gay.
Yeah, but I don't know why we've put this stipulation on it. Like and I think
It's
might
not.
wanna
It's
watch
not
what
okay
you
for.
say.
All right, you right.
But
You 100%.
You might want to watch what you say. But I think we're talking about why it's accepted for women and why it's not as accepted for men, even if it's their preference. And because some people, you know, have different preferences, you have to accept that that's their preference. Even if they don't all want you.
Because men are seen to be masculine. You can't have two masculine people, like, you know,
But
being sensual.
There are two masculine people who are sensual.
One of them, probably both of them, not masculine at all. You can't have a masculine person and another masculine person being sensual with one another. It
So
doesn't
that's why
work.
you don't accept it.
Man, I used to think that same
That's why
thing.
nobody-
And then you start seeing masculine women date masculine women. I'm not for that
But,
type of
but,
stuff
see,
either.
but
But
that's women, though. Women are
you go with
just
this
not
slim
masculine.
thing.
No, women are just not masculine.
yeah, they aren't. But you can say the same thing about a male. Because, you know, you have those males that are masculine, but it's like, oh, you're not masculine. But I think overall it's more acceptable for women because, like he's saying, women, it's more like it's hot. It's like, oh, that's sexy. Or a man wants to, they fantasize about that. Like, oh, two women. You know, a homosexual dude not gonna fantasize about two dudes if he's a real, you know, I mean, well, homosexual he would. If he's a heterosexual dude, wouldn't do that. So I think the big thing is more acceptable because men look at two women more of it as a fantasy.
For them to join.
Yeah, for them to join.
Okay, but then let's take them out of it. So let's say that you think that you about to get in with these two women, and these two women don't want you. So is that
Usually
still
they
a
don't.
fantasy?
No, usually they don't, but you do find some women that might
That's
do.
not true.
No,
Usually they don't. Wait.
usually they don't.
What
But, you
these
find,
women see?
but no. But usually they don't. But you find women that some do. But then you have these straight women too. That usually you would think, oh nah, she's straight, bro. And it's like, oh man, I probably date more straight women than I do gay women. So it's like, I think people just need to be people. You know what I'm saying? I think we put a lot of like. I don't know why everybody be worried about everybody's sex anyway. Like, I don't care what you got going on, bro. What you got going on, what you got going on, what I got going on, what I got going on. So it's really kind of one of them type of things where it's like, shit, why you even care so much if you don't even like it like that? Like, I don't care about stuff that I really don't like that. Like, dudes, I don't like dudes. So if you ask me something, it's like, shit, that's on him.
Y'all heard it here first. She don't like dudes.
Nah, but I'm being serious though, like for real, like it's like I don't see how people care about certain things that if you really don't care about it, then why does it bother you so much? Right. It's like, bro, that's gay. That's gay. For it to bother you so like that's gay. You going out of your way to make that dude feel like he's like feel bad because he's gay and you're straight. How does that make you straight? That makes you kind of gay too. Yeah. But whatever.
It's disappointing though. It's disappointing because, you know, I feel like people just want to be themselves. And especially as we are in a system and a society that wants to work against us just because of the color of our skin. And then we have brothers who like men and they are not accounted for in that group of people who need to be protected across all of us. And women, you never know if a woman likes a woman or if a woman likes a man, they are already looked at as a woman that needs to be protected just in and of itself. And we kind of leave our homosexual guys to just kind of be on an island by themselves when really, you know, they're just regular people who have their preference. And, you know, society has put this stipulation on accepting women being with women, and they haven't accepted men being with men, and I kind of question why that is.
I think, yeah, like, I would agree with Marvin, because you're supposed to be, a man is supposed to be hard and masculine and protect his woman, you know what I'm saying? But it's like, some even hard masculine dudes don't even do that, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, we dealing with men who don't even protect women.
Yeah, I think we all got a mix. I think everybody got their own little mixed up thing in their head when it comes to stuff like that, and you just gotta.
So Josh, I think, that was a great topic, and I think that's something that, everybody here needs to just think about and just keep on their minds as we, move forward into 2021, So everybody should just think about that. But, moving forward,
I'm for the people. I mean, at the end of the day, we just got a black VP, a woman, black VP.
I forgot about that. I'm glad.
You know how much power I feel like we have right now? I mean, we need them to do the right thing with the power. We need them to go ahead and, make good decisions.
The women run the world right now.
Yeah. Right, because, this election was a lot. And I know I lost a couple friends. This was a lot.
She black, ain't she?
She black.
She black.
Oh, you lost a black friend? The VP? Yeah. Oh, I lost a black friend. Oh,
but I'm saying she black, ain't she?
Who? Kamala?
Yeah.
She
her name Kamala.
Yeah. But she's married to a white guy.
That don't matter though.
Y'all didn't know that? Y'all didn't see Doug jumping when they brought that confetti?
That's a whole nother topic for a whole nother day. That's a whole nother topic. Yeah. We
appreciate y'all tuning in to the Catch Up Roundtable. Coming up next, closing us out, we got GQPhocus coming back. He's performing his hit single, Only for the Wolves, as I feel that we are right now. Y'all welcome to close out the Catch Up Roundtable for this show, GQPhocus! Thank y'all for tuning in to the Catch Up Roundtable. Just remember, you leave with your best physical health, your best mental health. Shout out to Jha and GQPhocus for joining us today. Until next time, let's catch up.